Imagine waking up every morning with clarity, energy, and a sense of purpose. What if I told you that becoming the best version of yourself doesn't require monumental changes, but small, consistent daily habits? Today, I want to share 5 habits that, when practiced intentionally, can transform not only your day, but your entire life. 1. Start your day with purpose. The first habit is to begin each day with intention. Most people wake up and go through their morning routines on autopilot. But consider this: a day started with a clear purpose is a day in control, not a day controlled by circumstances. Take a few moments each morning to define what matters most. Visualize your priorities and align your actions with your goals. Purpose gives direction, and direction ensures you are moving toward your best self rather than being swept away by distractions. 2. Invest in continuous learning. The second habit is daily learning. Growth is not an accident, it is deliberate. Whether it's reading, listening, exploring new skills, or engaging with people who challenge your thinking, every day offers an opportunity to expand your mind. Knowledge is not just power, it is a tool for innovation, creativity, and resilience. Commit to learning something new every day and watch how it compounds over time, equipping you to handle challenges and seize opportunities you never imagined. 3. Prioritize health and energy. Your body is the vehicle for your ambitions, and its condition determines the heights you can reach. The third habit is prioritizing your health. This means regular movement, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest. Energy is the currency of performance. Without it, motivation falters, focus disappears, and even the best intentions fail. Treat your body with respect daily, and it will reward you with vitality and clarity that can propel you to excellence. 4. Practice mindful reflection. The fourth habit is mindful reflection. At the end of the day, pause and examine your actions, choices, and decisions. Reflection is not about judgment, it is about insight. Ask yourself what went well, what could I improve? This simple habit creates self-awareness, teaches accountability, and guides you toward better decisions tomorrow. Reflection turns experience into wisdom, and wisdom is the foundation of personal growth. 5. Actively cultivate relationships. The fifth and final habit is nurturing meaningful connections. No one achieves greatness in isolation. Relationships are the networks through which support, learning, and opportunities flow. Take time every day to connect authentically with family, friends, colleagues, or mentors. Listen more than you speak, give more than you take, and invest in others genuinely. The strength of your relationships often mirrors the strength of your personal development. These 5 habits, starting with purpose, learning, continuously prioritizing health, reflecting mindfully, and cultivating relationships, are simple, yet transformative. They require no extraordinary resources, only consistent action and commitment. Remember, becoming the best version of yourself is not a distant goal, it is a daily practice. Each day you choose to act intentionally, learn, nurture your body, reflect, and connect, you step closer to the life you aspire to live. Start today because the best version of you is waiting. Starting your day with purpose is one of the most powerful habits you can develop, yet it is often overlooked in the rush of modern life. Most people wake up and immediately begin reacting to the demands around them, scrolling through notifications, rushing through routines, or letting external pressures dictate their actions. This reactive approach keeps you trapped in a cycle of distraction and fatigue, where you are constantly responding but rarely creating. When you consciously choose to begin your day with purpose, however, you take control of your life rather than surrendering it to circumstance. It is about setting an intention that aligns with your values, your goals, and the person you want to become. Purpose is the compass that guides your decisions, the lens through which you interpret challenges, and the engine that fuels your motivation. Without it, energy is wasted, focus is scattered, and momentum is lost. Starting with purpose doesn't require a complex plan or hours of preparation. It can begin with a simple question: what matters most today? This question forces you to prioritize your actions and focus on the activities that will move you closer to your long-term objectives. It is easy to fall into the trap of business, mistaking it for productivity, but busy work rarely produces meaningful results. By clarifying your purpose each morning, you can distinguish between what is urgent and what is important, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward meaningful outcomes rather than fleeting distractions. Purpose transforms even the smallest actions into steps toward growth and fulfillment. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce purpose. Taking a few minutes each morning to visualize your goals and the outcomes you desire creates a mental map that guides your actions throughout the day. When you picture yourself completing tasks, handling challenges with calm and confidence, or embodying the qualities you aspire to, your mind begins to align with these outcomes. This alignment is not mere wishful thinking, it is a form of mental preparation that enhances focus, improves decision-making, and strengthens resilience. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real in terms of neurological response, which means that purposeful visualization trains your brain to respond as if your goals are already unfolding. Another aspect of starting the day with purpose is establishing a routine that supports intention. Habits such as journaling, meditating, or reviewing your goals may seem small, but they anchor your mind in clarity and calm before the chaos of the day begins. By consistently practicing these rituals, you create a mental framework that reinforces your focus, minimizes decision fatigue, and cultivates a mindset of deliberate action. The repetition of purposeful rituals embeds the idea that each day is an opportunity to progress toward your best self. Over time, these small intentional acts accumulate into significant growth, compounding in ways that are both profound and often imperceptible at first. Equally important is the recognition that purpose is not static, it evolves with your experiences, values, and aspirations. Starting your day with purpose requires reflection on your long-term vision while remaining flexible to adapt to immediate needs and opportunities. This dynamic approach allows you to maintain direction without rigidity, balancing ambition with practicality. Purpose-driven mornings are about creating a sense of alignment between who you are, what you do, and why you do it. When your actions are guided by purpose, even mundane tasks gain meaning, and challenges become opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to your progress. Purpose also shapes your emotional state and energy throughout the day. When you wake up with intention, you engage your mind and body in a proactive way, generating momentum that carries forward. You are less likely to feel overwhelmed by external pressures because you have already established an internal framework that guides your focus. The clarity gained from purposeful mornings fosters confidence, reduces anxiety, and enhances your ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Each decision becomes informed by your goals and values, allowing you to navigate complexity with greater ease and efficiency. Ultimately, starting your day with purpose is a commitment to yourself. It is a recognition that your life is shaped not by circumstances or distractions, but by deliberate choices made consistently over time. It is the daily act of aligning intention with action, ensuring that your efforts are meaningful and directed toward your growth. This habit is both empowering and transformative because it shifts the locus of control inward, giving you the ability to shape your day, your progress, and eventually the person you are becoming. By embracing purpose as the foundation of your mornings, you create the conditions for sustained success, fulfillment, and personal excellence. Investing in continuous learning is one of the most effective ways to grow as a person and to move closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Life is dynamic, and the world around us is constantly evolving, which means that resting on what you already know is a recipe for stagnation. Every day presents an opportunity to expand your knowledge, sharpen your skills, and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. Continuous learning is not limited to formal education or certifications. It is about cultivating a mindset that seeks improvement, embraces curiosity, and values knowledge as a tool for personal and professional growth. Those who commit to learning daily position themselves ahead of change rather than reacting to it, creating possibilities that others may overlook. Learning begins with curiosity. It starts by asking questions and refusing to accept the status quo. The most successful people are not always the ones with the most experience, but those who maintain a willingness to explore, experiment, and adapt. When you cultivate a mindset of inquiry, every experience, success or failure, becomes a lesson. Reading books, listening to podcasts, engaging in discussions, or observing the behaviors of others provides insights that can be applied in meaningful ways. Continuous learning is not passive, it requires intention and effort. It is about actively seeking knowledge that challenges your perspective and expands your capacity to think critically. Another critical aspect of daily learning is skill development. Skills are the practical expression of knowledge, and honing them is essential for growth. Whether it is improving communication, mastering a new technology, or enhancing problem-solving abilities, small daily investments in skill building compound over time. Even dedicating 15 to 30 minutes each day to learning a new concept or practicing a skill can result in remarkable improvement over months and years. The accumulation of small, consistent efforts is the difference between stagnation and exponential growth. Every skill learned is a resource that can be leveraged to create opportunities, solve challenges, and achieve goals that may have once seemed out of reach. Continuous learning also fosters adaptability. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to adjust to new circumstances, absorb new information, and apply it effectively is invaluable. Those who prioritize learning are better equipped to handle uncertainty because they view change as an opportunity rather than a threat. Learning daily trains the brain to be flexible, resilient, and solution-oriented. It allows you to approach problems with creativity, analyze situations from multiple angles, and respond with informed judgment. In essence, learning is not just about acquiring facts. It is about developing the capacity to think, reason, and act effectively in diverse situations. Moreover, learning cultivates confidence. Knowledge reduces fear, uncertainty, and hesitation because it equips you with the tools to navigate challenges. When you invest in understanding a subject, mastering a skill, or exploring a concept, you build a foundation of competence that informs your decisions and enhances your self-assurance. Confidence derived from learning is authentic because it is based on ability rather than perception. This type of confidence empowers action, encourages risk-taking, and fosters resilience, all of which are essential for personal development and success. Continuous learning also has a profound impact on perspective. Exposure to new ideas, cultures, philosophies, and disciplines broadens your understanding of the world and deepens your empathy. It challenges assumptions and encourages you to question biases, ultimately shaping a more informed, compassionate, and thoughtful individual. Learning is not just about personal gain, it also enhances your ability to contribute meaningfully to the lives of others, whether through mentorship, collaboration, or leadership. Knowledge becomes a resource that benefits both yourself and those around you. The practice of learning daily requires discipline and intention. It may mean setting aside time each morning to read, taking notes on insights gained, reflecting on lessons from experiences, or discussing new concepts with others. Consistency is key because growth is the result of cumulative effort rather than occasional bursts of activity. By making learning a habit, you train your mind to seek improvement relentlessly, to embrace challenges as opportunities, and to remain engaged in the pursuit of personal excellence. Ultimately, investing in continuous learning is a declaration that you refuse to be complacent. It is a commitment to growth, a promise to yourself that you will remain curious, adaptable, and informed. Knowledge, when combined with consistent action, becomes a powerful catalyst for transformation. By dedicating time and energy to learning every day, you not only equip yourself to navigate the complexities of life, but you also lay the foundation for becoming the best version of yourself. One insight, one skill, and one lesson at a time. Prioritizing health and energy is one of the most fundamental habits for anyone striving to become the best version of themselves, yet it is often neglected in the pursuit of success. Many people underestimate the connection between physical well-being, mental clarity, and overall performance, thinking that health is something to manage only when problems arise. In reality, the energy you have each day, or your resilience to stress and your ability to think clearly all depend on the consistent care you provide to your body and mind. Health is not merely the absence of illness. It is a state of vitality that empowers you to perform at your best, make conscious decisions, and navigate life with clarity and confidence. Daily habits around nutrition, movement, and rest are the building blocks of energy. What you eat determines the quality of fuel your body receives. Processed, sugary, or nutritionally empty foods may provide temporary satisfaction, but they drain energy, impair focus, and contribute to long-term health issues. Prioritizing whole foods, balanced meals, and proper hydration ensures that your body and brain are supplied with the nutrients required for optimal function. Nutrition is not a restrictive task or a punishment. It is an investment in your daily performance and long-term vitality. By choosing foods that nourish rather than deplete, you create the conditions for sustained energy, sharper thinking, and emotional stability. Movement is equally important in maintaining energy and health. Regular physical activity strengthens the cardiovascular system, improves endurance, supports mental health, and enhances the body's ability to recover from stress. Exercise is not only about aesthetics or strength, it is about creating a body that functions efficiently, supports daily activities, and allows you to engage fully in life. Even short, intentional bursts of movement each day, such as stretching, walking, or resistance training, can dramatically improve energy levels, mood, and cognitive function. The consistency of these habits compounds over time, transforming your physical capability and increasing your confidence in your ability to tackle challenges. Sleep and recovery are often overlooked, but are critical components of health and energy. The quality of your rest directly affects your focus, emotional regulation, decision-making, and immune function. Sacrificing sleep for productivity is a common mistake, but it is counterproductive in the long run. Your body and mind require periods of restoration to function optimally. By prioritizing adequate sleep and recovery rituals, you allow your nervous system to reset, your muscles to repair, and your cognitive processes to consolidate information and problem-solving skills. Sleep is not wasted time. It is the foundation upon which sustained energy, creativity, and resilience are built. Mental and emotional health also play a vital role in your energy levels. Stress, anxiety, and unresolved emotional tension can be draining, often more so than physical exertion. Daily practices such as mindfulness, meditation, journaling, or even brief periods of quiet reflection help regulate emotions, reduce stress, and maintain focus. Mental clarity allows you to approach each day with intention and discipline, rather than reacting impulsively to challenges or distractions. Emotional and mental well-being are not luxuries. They are essential to maintaining the vitality required for high performance and sustained personal growth. Prioritizing health and energy is ultimately about self-respect and consistency. It is about recognizing that your body is the instrument through which you experience life, pursue goals, and realize your potential. Neglecting it may seem inconsequential in the short term, but the cumulative effects of poor habits manifest over time in reduced energy, impaired performance, and lost opportunities. By choosing daily to nourish, move, rest, and manage stress, you create a foundation that supports all other aspects of growth. High energy and robust health are not outcomes of luck. They are the results of intentional habits practiced consistently over time. Furthermore, when you prioritize your health, you influence everything else you do. Clear thinking, emotional resilience, physical stamina, and confidence all flow from a well-maintained body and mind. Productivity increases, relationships improve, and your ability to learn, adapt, and achieve goals is amplified. Energy is the currency of action, and without it, even the best intentions fail. By investing in your health every day, you equip yourself with the capacity to engage fully in life, seize opportunities, and navigate challenges with strength and clarity. Ultimately, prioritizing health and energy is a non-negotiable habit for anyone committed to self-improvement. It is not a temporary endeavor or a seasonal effort. It is a daily commitment to care for the most important asset you possess, your body and mind. When you treat health and energy as foundational, everything else in life becomes more achievable, more enjoyable, and more sustainable. By making conscious, consistent choices in nutrition, movement, rest, and emotional regulation, you ensure that you have the vitality, focus, and resilience required to pursue excellence and move closer to the best version of yourself each day. Practicing mindful reflection is one of the most powerful habits for personal growth and self-improvement. Yet it is frequently overlooked in the pursuit of daily tasks and external accomplishments. In our fast-paced world, people often move from one activity to the next without pausing to consider what they have done, why they did it, and what they might do differently next time. This reactive approach keeps individuals stuck in patterns that may not serve them well, limiting their capacity to learn from experience and refine their actions. Mindful reflection, however, allows you to step back from the business of life, examine your thoughts and behaviors, and make intentional choices that align with your long-term goals. It is a habit that transforms ordinary experiences into valuable lessons and turns mistakes into opportunities for growth. Reflection is not about judgment or self-criticism. It is about observation and understanding. When you take the time to honestly assess your actions, decisions, and interactions, you gain insight into what drives your successes and what hinders your progress. This awareness is the foundation of personal accountability. By examining the outcomes of your day, you begin to recognize patterns in your behavior, habits that support your growth, and areas that require adjustment. The simple act of reflecting creates a mental feedback loop that allows you to respond more thoughtfully in the future rather than repeating the same mistakes unconsciously. Over time, this self-awareness becomes a compass guiding your decisions, behavior, and priorities. Mindful reflection also strengthens emotional intelligence, which is essential for personal and professional growth. By pausing to consider your feelings, reactions, and motivations, you develop the ability to regulate emotions and respond to challenges with clarity and composure. Reflection helps you identify triggers, manage stress, and understand the perspectives of others. When you approach situations with greater emotional awareness, your interactions improve, your relationships deepen, and your influence grows. This emotional insight is invaluable because it enables you to navigate complex social dynamics and make decisions that are informed not only by logic, but also by empathy and understanding. In addition to enhancing self-awareness and emotional intelligence, reflection fosters strategic thinking. It allows you to evaluate the effectiveness of your actions in achieving desired outcomes. By reviewing successes and failures, you can determine what strategies work, what adjustments are needed, and where resources should be focused. This process of analysis cultivates a mindset that is proactive rather than reactive. Instead of being caught off guard by challenges, you learn to anticipate obstacles, identify opportunities, and approach situations with intentionality. Reflection turns experience into actionable knowledge, giving you the tools to make smarter, more deliberate choices in the future. Another important aspect of mindful reflection is its role in reinforcing values and priorities. In the rush of daily life, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Reflecting on your actions and decisions ensures that they are aligned with your core principles and long-term objectives. This alignment fosters integrity and consistency in both personal and professional spheres. When your choices are guided by reflection, you act with intention rather than impulse, and your actions begin to consistently reflect the person you aspire to become. Reflection becomes a mechanism for living in harmony with your values, which is essential for authentic growth and fulfillment. Mindful reflection also has a compounding effect on learning and skill development. By reviewing experiences thoughtfully, you extract lessons that might otherwise be overlooked. Each mistake becomes a source of insight, each success a blueprint for replication. This ongoing process accelerates improvement because you are constantly evaluating, adjusting, and refining your approach. Reflection allows you to internalize lessons more deeply than passive experience alone could provide. It is an active engagement with your life that turns ordinary moments into stepping stones toward mastery, competence, and personal excellence. In practice, reflection can be incorporated into daily routines in simple but impactful ways. Journaling, meditative thinking, or even a few quiet minutes at the end of the day to review events, decisions, and interactions can make a significant difference. The key is consistency and sincerity, engaging in reflection regularly without rushing, and with the intent to truly understand yourself and your experiences. Over time, this habit strengthens self-awareness, sharpens judgment, and enhances the ability to make thoughtful, intentional decisions in every area of life. Ultimately, mindful reflection is a habit that bridges the gap between experience and wisdom. It allows you to transform each day into a source of insight, growth, and preparation for the next. By examining your actions, understanding your emotions, and aligning your behaviors with your values, you create the foundation for continual personal development. Reflection is not a passive exercise. It is an active commitment to learning from life, improving your choices, and consistently moving closer to the best version of yourself. Actively cultivating relationships is one of the most impactful habits for personal growth and long-term success, yet it is often underestimated in its importance. Human beings are inherently social, and the quality of the connections we maintain profoundly influences our mindset, opportunities, and overall fulfillment. Relationships shape our experiences, provide support during challenges, and amplify our successes. While talent, knowledge, and effort are critical, they are often multiplied through the strength of the connections we nurture. To become the best version of yourself, it is essential to recognize that relationships are not passive occurrences. They require intention, care, and consistent attention. The foundation of cultivating relationships is authenticity. Genuine connections cannot be built on pretense, superficiality, or transactional interactions. When you approach people with honesty, openness, and sincerity, you create trust, and trust is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. People are drawn to those who demonstrate integrity, empathy, and consistency. This means actively listening, showing interest in others' experiences, and being present in conversations. Listening is particularly powerful because it communicates value and respect. When someone feels heard and understood, the bond strengthens, creating a mutual foundation for growth, support, and collaboration. Consistency and effort are critical elements in maintaining and growing relationships. Relationships do not flourish by accident or by sporadic attention. They require ongoing investment. Small gestures, regular check-ins, shared experiences, and expressions of appreciation signal that you value the connection. Even brief moments of engagement, when practiced consistently, build rapport and strengthen trust. It is not necessary to invest time only when it is convenient or when you need something. Meaningful relationships thrive when nurtured proactively and selflessly. The cumulative effect of these efforts creates a network of support, guidance, and encouragement that can profoundly enhance your personal and professional life. Cultivating relationships also involves the ability to give and receive support. Mutual benefit is essential, but it is equally important to approach relationships without a purely transactional mindset. Being present during someone else's challenges, offering help without expectation, and celebrating their successes without envy strengthens bonds and creates reciprocity naturally. Strong relationships are built on a foundation of generosity and care, not obligation or self-interest. When you invest in others' growth and well-being, you cultivate an environment where mutual trust, loyalty, and collaboration thrive. Emotional intelligence plays a key role in maintaining meaningful relationships. Understanding the emotions, motivations, and perspectives of others allows you to navigate social dynamics effectively. It requires empathy, patience, and the ability to adapt communication to suit different individuals and situations. Conflicts and misunderstandings are inevitable in any relationship, but by approaching them with emotional awareness, humility, and a problem-solving mindset, you prevent friction from eroding trust. Emotional intelligence also helps you recognize when relationships need reinforcement, adjustment, or boundaries, ensuring that your connections remain healthy and supportive. Networking with purpose is another critical aspect of cultivating relationships. Expanding your circle to include people who inspire you, challenge your thinking, and provide new perspectives creates opportunities for growth. The relationships you invest in influence your mindset, learning, and access to resources. By surrounding yourself with individuals who reflect the qualities and values you aspire to, you naturally elevate your own potential. Purposeful networking is not about quantity but quality. It is about building connections that are mutually enriching and aligned with your personal and professional journey. Active cultivation of relationships also requires vulnerability. Being willing to share your thoughts, experiences, and challenges fosters deeper connections and encourages others to do the same. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a sign of courage and authenticity. It allows relationships to move beyond surface-level interactions, creating bonds that are resilient, meaningful, and supportive. When you practice vulnerability, you invite trust and intimacy, which strengthens the relationship over time. Ultimately, relationships are a reflection of how you invest your time, energy, and attention. Actively cultivating them is a habit that pays dividends in countless ways. Strong connections provide guidance, accountability, collaboration, and emotional support, all of which are essential to achieving personal growth and fulfillment. By prioritizing authenticity, empathy, consistency, generosity, and emotional intelligence, you create a network of relationships that not only enhances your life, but also allows you to positively impact the lives of others. The act of nurturing relationships is not an isolated endeavor. It permeates every area of life. Personal growth, professional success, emotional resilience, and even health are influenced by the quality of connections we maintain. Relationships are living systems that require intentional action, reflection, and care. By dedicating time and energy to cultivating them daily, you create a supportive environment in which both you and those around you can thrive, accelerating your journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Becoming the best version of yourself is not a destination, it is a daily journey defined by intentional habits and conscious choices. By starting each day with purpose, investing in continuous learning, prioritizing your health and energy, practicing mindful reflection, and actively cultivating relationships, you create a foundation for growth that touches every aspect of your life. These habits are not isolated actions. They work together to shape your mindset, enhance your capabilities, and elevate the impact you have on the world around you. Every day offers an opportunity to take deliberate steps toward your potential, to learn from experience, and to connect authentically with others. The best version of yourself is not a distant goal waiting to be discovered. It is built moment by moment, choice by choice, habit by habit. Commit to these practices consistently, and you will not only transform your life, but you will also inspire those around you to rise, grow, and reach their own highest potential.